Welcome to the word for today. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God be with you. In any human experience, one can get stuck up and forget the rough realities of everyday life. Two angels, while the disciples were gazing into heaven, stood by them in white robes and asked the above question. When we look at the sky, we feel a sense of purity, transcendence, and serenity. The white sky and the breeze reach deep inside of us and make us feel happy. The angels are awakening and reminding them of the need to follow the direction given by Jesus. Eventually, the 11 go to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had directed them. Matthew 28:16. Mountains are in most cultures places of revelation, places of encounter with God. The risen Jesus meets his disciples on a mountain. There is no mention of a radiant display of power. The disciples worship him, but some doubted. Matthew 28:17. Doubt is not a negative reaction in the Gospels. It is an inevitable part of the life of faith and discipleship. Look at Peter, Thomas, and others. It does not discriminate them from being entrusted with the ongoing work of Jesus' mission. All of the 11 receive the same commission. The good news is for all peoples and nations. The good news cannot be limited by national boundaries. Jesus sends out his disciples to make disciples of all nations of the earth. The content of making disciples are two commissions: baptizing and teaching. Baptizing the believer incorporates into God's people those who have heard and received the good news. By teaching, the baptized are exhorted to obey all that Jesus had commanded. The mission Jesus entrusted was too huge for the disciples. Hence, he closes with a promise. And remember, I am with you always to the end of the age. Matthew 28:20. The challenge for us is to interpret this passage for our particular communities. How do we interpret the command to make disciples of all nations? Is this a mandate for what is traditionally known as missionary work? Does it involve traveling to distant lands to proclaim the gospel? While full-time global mission work is involved, we shouldn't ignore that we live in a global village. It is not necessary to travel far in order to find many nations and peoples. The church is growing rapidly in many parts of Africa and Asia, while in the West it is shrinking. The West has a greater need for disciple making. The mission that Jesus entrusted to his church is minimized when we are closed off in ethnic ghettos or infected by ritualistic distraction. It's our responsibility to, more than ever, to execute the great commissions of Jesus and promote the vision of a faithful community of all nations. God bless you all.